Hello. I'll show y'all how to make some camper trusses. If you're like me and you got a weak roof on a camper and it's not worth spending a couple $1,000 getting shit fixed, just make it yourself, why not? So I've got a 29 footer. I did the math on it. I'm gonna do 24-inch spacing on the rafters. So I'll need about 13 of them. This is number 12. What I did was I got some spruce 2x4s and ripped them in half, roughly. Cut a 5-degree angle there, a 5-degree angle on this piece, and mark them left and right. Depending on how wide your camper is, you'll have to make different size things and all, but I went 54 5/8 on these because mine's about 8 foot wide. So that's 54 5/8. These are 95. That 95 will get mitered in 6 3/4 from the edge there. Went in 5/8 on my cut and then went 8 inches over from the top. Used a circular saw to cut that out. Did the same thing on the other side. 6 3/4, 5/8, and then 8 inches down out. Right? That was 5 degrees on each side of a line in the middle, and then I flush cut it. Going for in between 6 5/8 and 6 3/4. I know you can't see that. 6 5/8 and 6 3/4 total length. I'll show you how to build it. So I started out with my left and right piece. Did a countersink here at an angle. Over here at an angle, one on each side. And what I'm going to do is take some 2-inch screws and run through here and tie these together. Once you got that together, you can see that the arch is sort of already in place. Now we can set our long piece down right there and mark our cuts. Alright, so this next part here, once you've got your thing assembled and your piece down here, I've got my jig table set up where I can just lay it back and clamp it. And then I'll bring it out of this line here. And I've got these 2 blocks to space it out, to keep everything square. I'll take my speed square, pop a line right there, unclamp, do the same thing down here. Keep in mind that's 6 3/4 from the end. Cut in with a jigsaw. I'm skipping all damn steps here. So once you've got it up there with your line, I take this block that I've got 5/8 marked on, and I bring it up, and boom, and bring it on back. That's 5/8 there. Do the same thing on the other side. Then I went in with a jigsaw up to that line there, and then I took my tape measure and I hooked in to that cut and went over 8 inches. Marked that line, and then took my speed square, or my framing square, popped the line there for the circular saw cut. Alright, I figured I'd try to get a super action close up of cutting this thing with the circular saw. I think I'm going to be able to fit in. Alright, I got something rigged up. And once I made that cut, go back with the jiggly saw and finish it out. And yeah, that's your cut. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, once you got your cuts here, and over here, I've already kind of pulled this one up, put 2 screws in it, but it's a pretty tight fit. You know, it ain't got to be all perfect through here and everything, but as long as this part is good and this part is good, that's all that matters, really, when you think about it. So I use 2-inch screws in this part, and then I come over here, right past my mark, I put 2.5s, because it thickens up. If I were to use 2s over here, you know, 2.5s, I mean. So yeah, I'm just taking my sim pack and just, you know, you ain't got to kill it. Couple little bumps. Couple little bumps. Yeah, we'll do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just doing one at the bottom, one at the top. One at the bottom, one at the top, just kind of crossing them. It really doesn't need more than 4 screws. Alright, now once you're at this point, see how open all that is? What I'm going to do is take this pipe clamp, and I got this block set up. I can just set it right there, and there, and take one of these quick grips, and come right here and pull the thing together first. Once you put everything you got into that, turn the pipe clamp in and start to pull your leg up. As I tighten this, you'll see this seam close. Shit. Hold on. Sorry about that. Ran out of thread on my clamp. So yeah, it'll start to close up. You can hear it moving. That's it. Now you'll 2 inches, 2.5s. Got to mention, once you get those 2-inch screws in and take all the clamps off, that way you can see all this. See how it's not really even. You can take another clamp and push this down and then bring another one to pull it together. Alright, so right here is your centerpiece. I took and made a line down the middle, cut it on 5 degrees, and then matched the line in the middle on another 5. That it fits right in there. And then what I did was I measured the thing, checked for that 6 5/8, 6 3/4 we talked about earlier. This one's a pinch over 6 3/4. So what I did was I cut the block short, and the pull up will bring it to 6 3/4 for the total height. Like I said, I'm doing a tolerance of 8, so 6 5/8 to 6 3/4 will be good. So once I fit it in there, I clamped it. And then I put 2 2.5s in between these other 2 holes, straight down. And then 2 2.5s down here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Go back and check your total height. Brings it right about to 6 3/4. So that's within my tolerance. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Tweak it, do some different angles, you know, build a couple little prototypes or whatever. Try to figure it out how it works for you. You know, I've got it figured out where it'll hang a quarter on each side over the edge of my camper, and then it has a 6 3/4 overhang here, and I'm gonna do another, you know, 1/2 inch or whatever on the middle. But yeah, pretty much it. Thanks for watching.